to communicate. Communication is very important to me. So if you can't communicate and you can't, one bigger thing, I'm probably jumping the gun, but somebody who's able to accept that I am 38, about 37, about to be 38, and I'm still a virgin.
You've never had sex before?
Never. I'm waiting on marriage. I'm committed to that.
Okay. How has that been? Has that been a challenge for you? With
Very
dating?
much so.
Very,
Yep.
how far?
That's why I was like, he has to be okay with that, because some men are like, no, nope, I can't get a little, no.
Hey, what's going on, good people? This is Tori with Datingwright, back at you once again with another reaction video. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about a 37-year-old lady who's a virgin that came onto the Kendra G's live single show that she do. So we're definitely going to get into it and break it down. But before we get into any of this, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share the video. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into this breakdown.
All right, let's get into it. This is Autumn, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 37, customer service for health care insurance, no kids, is a Virgo. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
He has got to be a man of God.
A man
That's
of God.
first and foremost.
Okay.
That's number one. Looking for a man who's independent. He knows what he wants. He has goals, ambitions, great sense of humor, and has a job, his own place. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, what's some deal breakers for you?
Um, Grammar. I'm sorry, but I don't like people that really can't put together sentences well. I mean, it's a bad pet peeve of mine. You send me a text and there's no punctuation in it. That's just like one of my big pet peeves.
So we asked that
Also,
grammar when he texts you. Okay.
well, just don't send like a whole 2 paragraphs and I don't see any punctuation. I mean, that's hard for me.
I
It's just
got you.
hard for me to get past.
Okay.
Let's see. Communication. Somebody who does not know how to communicate. Communication is very important to me. So if you can't communicate and you can't, one bigger thing, I'm probably jumping the gun, but somebody who's able to accept that I am 38, about 37, about to be 38, and I'm still a virgin.
I think that's awesome because we live in a culture now where people are simply hooked on responding to their sexual urges from their organs. So that's why we got the whole sneaky link culture. We got this whole, women are single for years, but they always got that one guy they can call and hook up with, when it's time to break the emergency horny jar. Now, being a woman that has not been with a lot of men do want that and respect it. But I think in the end of it all, a lot of men don't mind if a woman has been with, one or two, maybe five, or the limit is two hands. You don't want a woman with over two. Even that's not realistic. Men know that, because the truth is you can never know a woman's true body count anyway. Then you put another check mark on it that we can't be active until after the wedding is done. It's a bit too traditional for a lot of men, and it's just like, honestly, I think I would like to test drive the car before I drive it off the lot. Not saying that she's a car, I'm just using an example, but I think I want to test drive it. What if you're not good at sex? What if it's not good? But kudos to her for being a virgin. I just got to keep it real.
You've never had sex before?
Never. I'm waiting on marriage. I'm committed to that.
Okay. How has that been? Has that been a challenge for you? With
Very
dating?
much so.
Very,
Yep.
how far?
That's why I was like, he has to be okay with that, because some men are like, no, nope, I can't get a little, no,
So
I'm
let me
sorry.
ask you this. I meet men that come on the show that also want to wait till marriage. Are you dating men in the church?
No, I'm not currently.
Why
I don't
not?
mind dating them in the church, but most of them are. either taken or they're like men. But
Now I don't like the little hint of throwing up there the men in the church are gay. Like, keep it real. The truth of the matter is there's no men in that church. Like, men don't go to church like that no more. So, no, don't try to shade it. Men are not in the church like we used to. The pastor has ran most of the men out of the church, catering to feminist women. Like, that's why they not in the church no more. But don't say, the guys in there, they funny, they down low. Come on now.
definitely taken. Most of them in the church already. They're already taken. At least the ones that I've been to.
You probably have to church hop because I feel like I respect your decision, but that's a unique, not unique. You gotta really find a guy that's just as committed as you, and I think the number one place to find that kind of guy is in church.
You would think so, Kendra. You would think. However,
it's not happening.
Nope. Some of them are just as busy.
Oh,
you find more women that are not than men.
Okay. So she is putting it out there. She is a virgin and she will not be having sex until she is married. That is non-negotiable. Could the guy have kids?
Yes.
Okay. Do you
want I don't prefer a lot, maybe 2 or what have you, but I love kids.
So the guy can have 2 kids max?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe 3. I'll 3 maybe.
Now, first off, I do respect making a list of the things you would like to accomplish, like your goals. That's something that you learn in therapy. Whatever you're trying to do, put it on paper, make a list. I get that with women requiring certain things concerning their man or their dream man they can find. The issue is, ladies, is he's not going to quite be that dream man. He's going to be a subpar percentage of your dream man on that list. I'm gonna just keep it real with
you.
But no baby mama drama, please.
You do want kids yourself, correct?
I do.
Okay. Does the guy got to be in Grand Rapids, Michigan?
No.
So you're willing to travel?
I am.
Okay. When was your last relationship?
I have never been in a relationship, Kendra.
You've never been in a relationship?
Nope.
Once again, too, I think that's another point, too, that you never even experienced a relationship before. Like, you never experienced the highs and lows of a relationship, like a first love. Maybe she did have a first love, I'm not sure. But, I think that's a real factor that any man that gets with you guys definitely need to be in counseling for, communication, for conflict resolve, all that stuff. She got to be taught that. She has to be aware of this stuff if she's never been in a relationship before. So that's a new one. I've never heard of someone that's never been in a relationship before. So interesting.
So you just date?
I've had friends, but it never gets to like a date thing because they're intimidated by the whole, I'm not a virgin thing.
The word intimidation. Is intimidation the correct word to use, you think?
Intimidated? Maybe not so much. Some are, I believe, it's like that's a big commitment, and it's intimidating.
I mean, here's the deal. Most men like sex, right?
Right.
Get it though. I respect your decision. You are going to have a difficult time finding a guy. That's why I'm saying, here's the deal, guys. I love my show and I love you guys come on my show. But one thing I also have to encourage you to is to touch the men and the women in your world's everyday life, right? So I get guys to come on my show that also are virgins too. So maybe some of them are watching now and then you guys can connect like-minded individuals. But I think if I was you and I was serious about finding a partner, I would be going to all different. I would go to church. I would church hop. I would do different church events to surround myself with potential men that are on that same wavelength because, worldly men trying to get some.
Yeah, Kendra, you're absolutely right about that part. She would have to 3x, 4x, 5x, 6x her dating matches. The men that she are meeting and coming in contact to, she will have to 6x that because her dating scale standards are just too high. She's gonna have to meet more men more often, especially before the age of 40, 42. Yeah, I said it.
That's just what it is. There's no judgment, but most men are trying to get some, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to put this bad connotation out there because it's not true for all men. So let me preface it before I say it. There are men who truly want to wait to marriage that are straight men and take it seriously. But there are also some men who are unsure about their sexuality and will be down to date you, and then you don't find out until you're married that this man is not necessarily into women. And that's why it was easy to date you without being sexual. Again, I'm not saying that's true for all men. So I don't want to hear no madness. So if you're saying every guy that waits is gay, I'm not saying that. But I am saying that is some gay men's hustle.
Yeah. And some of them out there having sex with women now, but they're on a DL too. So,
Right. So listen,
but that is true, Kendra, what you said. Yeah. So.
But if I was you, I would be on it, girl. Like, I would be on it. I would be going to all different type of church events. I'll be following different people. I would be putting myself out there. I would get myself in that environment because I think that's the environment you got to be in if you want to meet a guy that is willing to marry you without having sex first.
Okay. Yeah. See, I don't get out enough, so I have to definitely get out more. Since COVID, I don't get out as much, but since things are, a little bit better now, then I definitely need to get out more.
Okay. Now, does the guy have to look a certain way? Do you have an appearance requirement?
I do want tall. So, I'm 5'3", so at least I want like 5'8", at least.
Okay.
But, yeah. And I forgot another deal or another person that I definitely want, somebody who likes BBW, so big beautiful women, So I'm just putting that out there as well.
Okay, so you gotta be a guy that's into big beautiful women. Okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
No. He has to be able to maintain, take care of his own, and be able to get things that he wants,
Okay.
Or at least have a goal to reach getting those things.
Okay, I'm glad she said that because I was gonna be feeling some type of way that she was like, you have to like big girls or you have to be into big women, because I was like, everybody's not particularly into it. Now some people are, and that's all good. I'm gonna give her points for saying it doesn't matter how much money the guy makes. It's just long as he can take care of himself and buy things that he would like to buy. So we got to give her credit for that, because we have a lot of women calling into here talking about they want a man to make $100,000, $200,000, and we can go up. So let's give her some points for not coming on here talking about a high value man that is only in the top 1%.
All right, this is Autumn, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 37, customer service and healthcare insurance, a Virgo, no kids. Autumn, you know what? You got to get into a relationship, because I think at your age to not experience a relationship, that's going to be a challenge for you to, find a person that's a husband. So yeah, I think you need to give yourself, you got to really put yourself out there and be on it if you want that in your life, because to be 37 and never have a relationship, that's kind of long. And I don't, and then it could get to the point, you're probably already kind of at that point where you might not know how to date another person. A lot of times, I don't condone sleeping with a lot of men when it comes to women, but I definitely condone dating, because the more you date, the more you learn yourself, the more you learn another person, the more you learn how to compromise with a person. A relationship is about compromise and learning how to live life with someone else. And to be 37 and never have that experience, you might have a tough time. So I want you to start making this like a priority.
Okay.
But let's keep going. So Autumn, we already know. Well, do you think you're single because you're not willing to have sex until marriage?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't get out enough.
You don't get out. Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because, well, first of all, I have some great to offer you eventually when we get married. That nobody else has had.
And see, that's the thing. That's the thing. We don't know if that's a great thing that you have because no one has had it. Neither have you warmed it up. Neither have you got it calibrated. Neither, you don't know what it can do. So I'm not sure if that's a plus for the man that's looking to be your husband, but maybe it is. I'm just saying that you don't know if you got some good because you never used it. Okay, I'm gonna have to be the bad guy and say this, I guess, but being a virgin is not something that's valued in Western countries. And God bless her soul. Like I really appreciate her coming up here being honest, but I think this is a cause and effect of being overly religious, where you grew up in the church maybe, and she definitely has some Christian feminist ways and thoughts. This is probably a woman that's been saved since she was 8 years old. She grew up in the church, and there's nothing wrong with that. I grew up in the church. At the same time, this is nothing to knock. This is something that should be encouraged in our society. But once again, due to the fact that we live in a Western country, this is not a woman that a lot of men will pursue. So I do gotta commend her, like I said, for even coming up here, and we won't knock her too bad. But we're gonna hope that she do find the things that she's looking for, and hopefully she get that pie in the sky. Okay, that's all I got for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, and share the video as much as possible. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.